This evening, 3 friends die in horrific accidents on the West Bank. One element is furious at his neighbor for blocking his drain, but according to her, she has permission from a local councillor. Caribbean NGO and Guyanese faith leaders discuss HIV/AIDS. A green paper on the proposed sovereign wealth fund has been laid before the parliament. The government thinks it's solid. However, the opposition leader begs to differ. In the region, Venezuelan president to accept America's help in finding the mastermind of the recent alleged assassination attempt. And internationally, undercover BBC journalists flee for their lives after being mistaken for ritualistic killers.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, August 13th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A night out turned deadly after an early morning vehicular accident along the Lagrange Public Road claimed the lives of 3 young men. Here's Esther Sobers with more.
The accident occurred around 4:20 Saturday morning when the motor car PDD 7182 slammed into the back of a truck that was parked to the side of the roadway. The accident claimed the lives of the driver, 33-year-old Leroy Levens, and his 2 passengers, 25-year-old Devendra Harlal and 20-year-old Rishi Parsha. The only survivor of the crash is 22-year-old David Bourne of Good Fortune, West Bank, Demerara. He is listed at the Georgetown Public Hospital in a critical condition. According to the police report, the driver of the vehicle was proceeding north along the western carriageway at a fast rate of speed when he lost control and collided with the lorry. From the impact of the collision caused the lorry to shift from its parked position and ripped the car apart. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. On Saturday, the South Ramville Gardens Women's Empowerment Group, in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Health, hosted a one-day health fair at the South Ramville Plaza Tarmac. Denroy Truder is one of the members of that group. Contrary to the group's name, they also interact with young men and children in the community as well.
Right now we have various services that are going to be offered from the Ministry of Public Health. From dental services, we have screening for high blood pressure, diabetes. Over here we have the initial registration process along with mental health and some personnel from the food policy division. So we're really excited about this because we're able to meet with the people and ensure that they get the health care that they need.
Brenda Williams, the chairperson of the group, explained that they engage in several forms of community outreach.
So we started to do free lessons without any assistance from anywhere. At that lesson, we realized that some of the children were coming there hungry. And so we had to put in place meals for them in the afternoons. And we started with about 25 children. Early in this year, the Minister of Public Health had a health fair in Rossville. They were observing their anniversary. And at that time, I said to my other colleagues, let us have a health fair on the tarmac.
The fair offered various health screenings and featured booths with health information for persons of all ages. By the end of the day, it was clear that the event was well attended and appreciated by the members of the community. Caribbean NGO PANCAP recently held a multi-day symposium on HIV/AIDS with faith leaders from around Guyana. Wendell Jeffrey was there and filed this report.
What we want to ensure happens is that there is a more coordinated response here at the national level as it relates to faith leaders.
Derek Springer is the director of PANCAP, and he was addressing faith leaders across the religious spectrum of Guyana at the launch of the 2-day focus group of the Pan-Caribbean Partnership Against HIV/AIDS. Springer said that at a similar discussion in Suriname, A number of recommendations were put forward.
One is creating spaces of hospitality within the faith community designed to welcome the strangers and the others in their otherness.
Dr. Karen Cummins, Junior Minister of Public Health, also addressed the spiritual leaders. She said that contracting the AIDS virus is no longer a death sentence.
With the advent of antiretrovirals, a healthy lifestyle, inclusive of exercise and proper dieting, can cause a person living with HIV to live for decades. Do not let your congregations and the communities you serve fall prey to the epidemic of fear and spread falsities about a disease that cannot be verified.
The minister, who is herself a spiritual leader, also admonished the faith leaders.
I exhort you to do all in your power to ensure that we erase ignorance and encourage love.
It was noted by Dr. Rhonda Moore, director of the AIDS Program Secretariat, that AIDS has ticked up in Guyana in recent times.
Noted that in 2016 we had 855 cases identified, while 2017 there was an increase in that number to 961.
The doctor said that males are the biggest spreaders of the virus.
Males contribute more to the HIV positive cases that we get, and this is even in light of the fact that they access the HIV testing service less than women.
Dr. Shanti Singh, who serves as PANCAP's management coordinator, said that one of the reasons for the lengthening of life for those with HIV/AIDS is the lowering in the cost for the drugs.
The pharmaceutical companies have made significant efforts in reducing the price of antiretroviral therapy. So I think Derek started out this morning by saying that ARVs costed $1,000+ per month. You can now get ARVs for a patient per month as low as $100, maybe even per year. In fact, $120 per year.
The figures show that the at-risk communities, mainly sex workers and men who have sex with men, are the communities with the largest percentages of infected persons. Representing the faith leaders at the podium was pastor and motivational speaker Alex Graham. He addressed the needs for people of faith to be sympathetic towards and welcoming of those who practice alternative lifestyles.
Here, but most of us here are so-called faith leaders. I would like to see the hands of those who do not have in their congregations any men who are having sex with men. If you don't have any people who are men of sex with men coming anywhere near your church, close it down. Why do you have it? Our responsibility, our task is to minister to people who sin. So if there are no sinners in your church, I don't know why you have it.
The two-day workshop was held at the Georgetown Marriott, and a committee of faith leaders was set up to work with PANCAP and CARIFORUM at eliminating HIV/AIDS by 2030. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Guyana Teachers Union has officially called a strike following failed talks between the Ministry of Education and the union. In a letter from the president of the GTU, the union called the ministry's counter-proposal as an insult to the integrity of teachers in Guyana. The GTU also expressed the belief that they have waited long enough for the Education Ministry to arrive at a satisfactory proposal. Originally, the strike was planned for the duration of the pre-term exercises, but it will now commence on the 27th of August 2018 and will continue until further notice. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Sovereign Wealth Fund green paper has dragged VOC red, and neighbors dispute over drainage issues. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Maka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, Dominion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome back. Opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo has leveled some initial criticism of the Green Paper recently laid before Parliament. The Green Paper is to outline the formation of the Guyana's Sovereign Wealth Fund in anticipation of Guyana's soon-to-be realized oil revenue. Here's Wendell Jeffrey with more.
We're nowhere closer. We don't have a timeline about when this will be resolved, when the legislation again will come to the Parliament for full debate. But what we see, I do not want to offer full-fledged criticism at this stage because we get an opportunity to do so over the course of the next 6 months or year while this languishes somewhere.
Barrett Jagdeo was last week addressing the newly tabled Green Paper on the oil and gas industry, particularly in relation to the discussions around the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Jagdeo is of the opinion that after 3 years, the government seems to only now be beginning the laying of the foundation for the process.
Imagine what the headlines are. Why is a sovereign wealth fund necessary? I thought we've gone past that as a country. You don't need to debate that anymore. The entire country is waiting for 3 years now for legislation. We've gone back to the question of talking about why a sovereign wealth fund is necessary.
The opposition leader said that the Green Paper does not offer up any timelines for the commencement of the fund, neither any engagement scheduled for a discussion in Parliament.
This is where we are in relation to the sovereign wealth fund. We're nowhere closer. We don't have a timeline about when this will be resolved, when the legislation again will come to the Parliament for full debate.
The former president said that he has his misgivings about how the Sovereign Wealth Fund will be managed.
I had grave misgivings about the independence of the management of that fund. And this misgiving has now been elevated to full-fledged concern because of this paper, what I've seen proposed in this paper. All of these committees will be dominated by the minister. Please take a chance to read. He practically appoints everybody there.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The body of a male of mixed race was found on the northern carriageway of Kilmarnock Public Road, Quarantine Berbice, at around 3:30 this morning. The male appears to have been in his late 30s, was clad in a pair of dark blue jeans, dark brown t-shirt, and Jordan sneakers. He had injuries to his right hand and head. According to the police, the injuries are consistent with that of a motor vehicle accident. The body is presently at the New Amsterdam Hospital mortuary awaiting identification and postmortem. A resident of Enmore, East Coast Demerara, is currently in a long-time dispute with his neighbor over drainage system they share. After his neighbor blocked the drain, water began to back up in his yard. He had complained several times to the neighbor and the local NDC. But in this report, Esther Sobers tells us that the neighbor says she is not in the wrong, since she had permission from an NDC councillor.
One resident of Enmore, East Coast Demerara, is frustrated over the state of his yard. Whenever there is rain, the yard would flood. The trench that should drain all this water is blocked and emits a strong stench. However, he believes he is not at fault. His neighbor has blocked the drainage system located on a reserve behind her yard. According to him, he has spoken to his neighbor several times about it, but his pleas seemingly fall on deaf ears.
2016, she come from New York and she blocked up the drain and the reserve land. They ain't build nothing on the land and just hold the land like that.
A visit was made to the neighbor known as Goldie. The elderly woman refused to address the issue. She further stated that the matter will only be discussed when her daughters, who are living overseas, return to Guyana. Numerous complaints were made to the Hope Neighborhood Democratic Council, but nothing substantial was done. Abdul believes this is because his neighbor expressed approval of the PNC councillor to block the drain.
It's Duchan Singh running the NDC. And what he tell the minister them and all of them listening to he. That's what I'm seeing, because when this morning, Mr. Lambert come by we last week, and he told me he go come back and he go see for the drain open. This morning, around about 9 o'clock, Mr. Lambert come. Well, I hear when he was calling at my neighbor, so I just stand up right by the paling and I listen them too. She said that she not open the drain. Mr. Lambert said, oh, the minister said if she open the drain for the wedding. When the wedding done, what may I live in? It's not the same mud and water, and the mud is stinking right now.
The vice chairman of Hope NDC, Anand Prasad, is also of the opinion that the councillor Singh is not working in accordance with his obligations as a village councillor.
Duchan Singh using this NDC in a political mileage to get to people who he don't like. Somebody, a neighbor, whoever, for a concern, there is two sets of council, the PPP council and a two council. And if both two of them sit together.
During the interview, Councillor Singh was informed of this newscast's presence in the community. He decided to call Prasad regarding the issue.
Well, let me tell you one thing. You cannot destroy the community. I will stand up for the people and the people. I think the president of this country will not tolerate blockage of any drainage.
Me not concerned with president.
You're not concerned with president? Well, then you will have to obey the laws, the rules, and the regulation of our community and our people and our nation. You have to address decency.
Since the residents of Enmore took issue with his answer, Headline News followed up with Singh to state his case.
The water has to drain on the northern side, and he is the owner of the land for the northern interlock drain. He does not have an interlock drain in his yard, which is he's supposed to have an interlock drain. I can't. The council have to make a decision.
Okay.
Council, so I am not, in that terms of making decisions to drain water in who yard and who yard. But I advise them as a councillor where the irregularity have made, where they have in breach of the chapter 2802.
While this explains why the man's yard is flooded, the residents still want a solution to the problem. However, Headline News will provide a follow-up as details arise. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Councillor Singh had raised some eyebrows with his response to the issue. Channel 2 will feature the councillor's explanation as to why he spoke the way he did in the subsequent newscast. Don't go away. After the break, President Maduro asked for FBI's help in finding would-be assassins and BBC journalists mistaken for ritualistic killers. But first, here is this week's bridge retraction schedule, brought to you with the kind compliments of Forbes Vulcanizing Shop. Forbes Vulcanizing Shop located at 248 Duncan Street, Newtown, Georgetown. Telephone number 227-6790.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Maka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, Dominion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Welcome back. Now here's George Gonzalez with the regional and international headlines of the day, sponsored by Top Notch Auto Sales. Top Notch Auto Sales, located at 145 Regent Street, Georgetown. Telephone numbers 226-3863.
In regional news, in a televised address late on Saturday, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro had said he would allow U.S. FBI agents into the country to help investigate the alleged assassination attempt against him a week ago. The president said he believed that the people involved had fled to Florida, Peru, and Colombia. The U.S. has indicated it will cooperate with investigations, but it has not made a known offer for an FBI visit. The Venezuelan leader regularly accuses the U.S. of wanting to overthrow him. The two countries have long had a tense relationship. When Maduro was re-elected in May, the U.S. increased its sanctions on Venezuela, saying the vote had not been free or fair. And in international news, undercover journalists with BBC Africa Eye were almost killed by villagers in northern Malawi while investigating a series of mysterious murders. The victims were usually beheaded and other body parts removed. The murders were blamed on what locals called muti killers, who are witch doctors who use the parts to make charms for wealthy clients. A BBC journalist posed as a businessman hoping to increase his wealth through muti magic, met with one Kamanga, a muti killer, who claims to suck the blood of children to make get-rich amulets. The journalist and his crew were discussing with the Kamanga when they were attacked by a crowd of furious villagers who thought they were the killers. They were able to escape with the help of a police officer and a chief. And finally, more than 300 people have been injured, 5 seriously, after a section of wooden platform collapsed at an urban sports and music festival in Spain. It had been packed with people watching a rap artist at the 2-day event in the northwest city of Vigo in Galicia. Witnesses reported scenes of panic as people, many of them teenagers, tried to scramble to safety as the wooden platform gave way during the first song of the concert, as Rels B, who had just started performing, told the crowd to jump. Several emergency teams attended to the injured, and divers went into the water to check that no one was trapped underneath the structure. Police confirmed that there were no known fatalities. Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonzalez.
Thanks, George. Here is your 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Baby Bacchus signing out from your newscast saying thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed evening.